I work for Neovera, which is a managed service provider and also a cybersecurity services provider as well. We have customers in the financial services, we have healthcare, we have manufacturing, and we also have nonprofits. We also have media as well. At Neovera, we use CA's Privileged Access Management to provide security for all of our administrators to access the secure zones that we have for managing our clients' infrastructure, as well as we do have some clients that have remote admins that they want to be able to access also their infrastructure in our data center, as well as their own data center. Maybe it's up in AWS, maybe it's up in Azure, so we allow them to securely connect through us through Privileged Access Management from CA all the way through to AWS, Azure, or whatever happens to be public cloud-wise. The other technology we use is CA's Identity as a Service in the cloud, or CA IDaaS. So we use that to authenticate users for just straight old username and passwords, as well as for multi-factor authentication. We use that also with our SaaS security offering that we have to front end that for security. We're using CA Privileged Access Management in a couple of unique ways. When our administrators have to go and log on, right, to systems, that we actually know that what they're doing, that they don't have to remember passwords for all their machines. They have hundreds and hundreds of machines that we have to manage, physical machines and thousands of virtual machines that we've got to manage, and then network devices. So then it's also cost effective as well because they don't have to remember all that. The other piece is what we found unique, which is haven't heard anyone else really talk about yet, is training. And so we found if we have some or more of our senior folks go through and use CA PAM, and they do certain functions, whether it's going to Active Directory, whether it's going to a firewall, whether it's going to a server, et cetera. It doesn't matter what type of business function they're doing, and we record that through PAM. We can have more junior folks actually go and look at that recording, and they can actually learn the right way to do something. With one of the security controls we had to have in place that was very critical was around the auditing of all the transactions. So whether they're in a GUI and they're seeing all the Windows applications, whether it be Linux or Windows or whatever OS it happens to be able to see that visually on the screen and be able to have that fully audited for their auditors, for compliance, right? That was one area. The other one was also with that auditing and recording was also text-based. So if they're going command line into routers and firewalls, et cetera, right, to be able to see all of that as well. So anything they type on the keyboard, right, to be able to pick all of that up and understand all that and retain all that information also. The other case study I'd like to talk about is in the financial services area. So we're working with a very large corporation, and we're working also with a very large financial payments organization as well. And in this case, what we're doing is we're implementing CA PAM, CA Privileged Access Management, to provide all the privileged access management to the entire infrastructure, for all the security infrastructure, all the servers, all the network infrastructure, to that client's environment, as well as actually to our environment as well. So anyone that needs to go into that secure zone, if you will, because this is an area where they're moving lots of monies daily between corporations and banks. Okay, so this isn't the small credit card transactions. To be able to gain access to our infrastructure as well as their infrastructure as well securely, to ensure that whatever the administrators were doing, whether it be on Windows or Linux, the user interface, make sure that was all recorded and stored for the forensics after the fact in case there was something that happened for auditing and compliance, but also on the command line as well. So anything that they would type on a keyboard, go into a firewall, et cetera, that all that was recorded. We've also found that our clients also want their administrators to be able to log on also. With that in mind, right, they're able to go through CA PAM also to remote access in and go through CA PAM and access the various servers and the infrastructure in place.